The year is 2099. Humans have been traveling in space for 150 years. Every part of our solar system has been explored. Missions to the nearest stars are on their way. But space travel has proved hazardous for human beings. And death lurks in hostile environments of the planets and their moons. And so, through human ingenuity, a new breed of space explorer has been perfected. These are the SIMs, 5 super-intelligent machines capable of operating in the most extreme and threatening conditions. Earthlink, the mighty spaceship which carries them across the void. On board is Lander, the transfer vehicle and sanctuary while on a mission. Inside are Legs, who tackles the most dangerous terrain. Wheels, the roving scientific detective. And Hover, the rescuer and scout. This team of trailblazers acts as agents for the human race, adventuring far into the solar system and beyond. Their destination, space. This is the story of their 6th mission to the moon, back in 2041. By then, humans wanted a permanent base station, and the SIMs were set tough exploration work. A mere 250,000 miles away, the moon is Earth's nearest neighbor in space, so close that its surface features are plainly visible. For centuries, humans likened these markings to a face, the man in the moon. But 20th century scientists saw the moon as a stepping stone to space travel.
A short trip compared with the Mars voyage, just 3 days by Earthlink.
But a workload that's just as heavy, finding materials for a permanent base.
And an extra special job for me. Quite a challenge.
Oh yes, the search for helium-3. Tricky stuff to find, and there's none on Earth.
It's desperately needed for fusion reactors on Earth. We could help avoid an energy crisis.
Final check. Main rocket only for this trip. Give me ignition, Legs.
Ignition programmed. 480 seconds full power.
And our flying visit to the moon is underway.
Low orbit station at 3 miles.
Main engine shut down. Thrusters on for final positioning.
Docking at gate 7. Request you unload mineral lab.
My blaster will smash into the rocks for you, Wheels, so you can pick up samples from below the surface.
And having Mineral Lab on board means I can zip data straight back to Earth. A whole lot easier than lugging samples.
But we have a job to do before we even reach the moon. New solar panels for an old space station. We'll repair it on our way.
Earth, the blue planet. Almost 4/5 of it is covered by oceans. With abundant water and its protective atmosphere, Earth teems with life. The moon, beautiful in the night sky, but a barren, airless world, vastly different from Earth. Without spacesuits, humans would perish instantly.
Look, I'm getting pictures of Canada right now. See that circular structure? Lake Manicouagan, 50 miles across. It's an impact crater formed 200 million years ago. Here's a close-up showing snow piled up around the outside. And these lakes are where a double asteroid smashed down 300 million years ago. But this crater in Arizona is the best preserved example on Earth. The weather's worn most of the others away over the ages. The Moon has no weather, so its craters made by asteroids and meteorites have eroded very little. Bailey is the largest crater on the Moon, 200 miles across. Even Copernicus here is 65 miles wide, large enough to contain most of London or New York City.
Enormous! How did they get to be so big?
Violently, Hoffer. Billions of years ago, asteroids hitting the Moon created the largest craters, sometimes scattering debris and rays for hundreds of miles. Dark lava poured out and filled the depressions left by the deepest impacts. And not much has changed since. These fresh-looking craters and jagged mountains are 3.5 billion years old, but still a few meteorites strike, small ones.
Maybe, but we saw no evidence of that on our last trip.
No. Let's hope our luck holds. Even super-strong robots like us are vulnerable to a hit from a 100-mile-a-second meteorite.
Course set for L1.
A weird place to be going to, isn't it?
I'll explain when we're underway. L1 is one of the places where the gravity fields of Earth and the Moon more or less cancel out, so it's used to park equipment. L1 is located almost 9/10 of our way to the Moon. We're to fix solar panels on an old space station that's been drifting around there for years. And while we're on the way, I'll bring up some of the earliest Moon missions. It's a routine matter for us now, of course, but only because of those heroic efforts long ago.
2, 1.
The first great phase of lunar exploration began in 1959 with the American craft Pioneer 4. It passed within 40,000 miles of the Moon. 6 years later, Ranger 9 plunged to the surface, snapping thousands of images on its way down.
That must have made a new crater.
After the Russians had sent Lunar 3 in 1959 and had returned the first images of the Moon's far side, President John F. Kennedy committed the United States to the Apollo program, an all-out effort to put the first men on the Moon.
We choose to go to the Moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the Moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
It's less hazardous these days. The Apollo astronauts were very brave. Let's see some more.
Before risking human lives, American space scientists soft-landed surveyor craft. They tested the strength of the lunar soil. Up till then, it wasn't known whether humans would be swallowed up in deep dust. Those surveyors showed that future astronauts wouldn't sink. In fact, gravity is so low the astronauts bounced around.
Heroic, exciting days 70 years ago when the NASA crews reached the moon.
Heroic indeed, and our data files have it all. But enough of Apollo for the moment. Look what's happening back on Earth.
It's a total eclipse of the sun. That's the moon's shadow we can see on Africa.
Here are some pictures of an earlier eclipse from the data file. The moon gradually moves across until it covers the sun. It actually takes over an hour, but then humans on Earth get a rare view of the solar corona, the sun's faint outer layers.
That's spectacular.
Fascinating. But Earthlink, could we now see some more of that early exploration?
Okay, here you are.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
We got a roll program.
Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.
On the 16th of July, 1969, a giant Saturn V rocket launched the Apollo 11 crew on their way to orbit the moon, from where Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin descended to the surface in the lunar module Eagle.
40 feet down, 2.5.
Just moments before touchdown, Armstrong saw that Eagle was about to slam into a field of boulders. Overriding the automatic landing system, he bravely flew Eagle to a safer landing place.
Contact light. Okay, engine stop. We copy you down, Eagle. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
On the 20th of July, Armstrong took the historic first step.
I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man. One giant leap for mankind.
They grabbed rock samples and set up a couple of experiments. One detected moonquakes. A laser reflector would be used to measure the distance from Earth to the moon to within 1 inch.
Look at this.
We'd like to
Hop,
leave immediately.
skip, and a jump.
Okay. My golly, this time goes fast.
They found walking best. Otherwise, I might have been designed like a kangaroo.
No.
True, but walking had its problems. On the later missions, they took some wheels. Look at these. My distinguished ancestors. The lunar rovers from Apollo 16 and Apollo 17. Just watch it go.
And they brought back 800 pounds of samples. Those rocks helped scientists piece together the history of the moon, right from when it formed, nearly 5 billion years ago. Apollo 17, the last mission, left the moon at the end of 1972. We're closing in on L1 now. Caution required. This space sector is a junkyard. Legs, steer us through with the 3D velocity-sensitive radar.
Large object at 7 miles.
That's it, the station where we have to fix the solar panels. SETI L1. It's been searching for radio signals from life in outer space for the last 40 years.
Docking now. Good. The port's still okay.
That training session certainly worked well, Legs.
Everything fixed in under an hour, even faster than in the pre-mission simulation.
Run the burn-in check, then. Is power coming through?
Generating capacity at SETI L1, now 3.7 kilowatts. Good for another 10 years, I'd say.
Time to undock and move on. We are negative on undocking. These older stations can give trouble. The docking lugs are jammed.
Give a blast on your vector thrusters.
Thanks for the advice, Hover. Here goes. Still jammed.
Try again.
This is no use.
Okay, I'll go outside and take a look. I have it. A warped panel is jamming the docking lugs. A job for the terawatt pulse laser.
Drastic measures, but we have to get free.
Okay, I can free us without wrecking SETI L1. Easy does it. Another 2 or 3 pulses will finish it off.
Well done, Hover. That cleared it. Now reboard so we can press on. Closing in now. Lander, it'll soon be time for you to get to work.
Confirm final orbital parameters from Doppler radar. This landing could be hazardous.
Altimeter and Doppler readings all spot on. The drop point is coming up. Clearance to go. 3, 2, 1. Release.
Lander's vector thrusters with neural network technology allow 1,000 course adjustments every second. Side-scanning Doppler radar with active feedback guides Lander around crater walls and cliffs.
Set for final approach and take no risks. Meteorites can strike at any time.
At least Earthling's radar should give us an early warning. Here comes one giant step for SIM kind. No bulky suits for us. We're vacuum-proof.
We're on the lookout for aluminum and titanium.
That's what we'll need for a permanent base.
This soil is rich in glassy beads made billions of years ago in volcanoes. Now they're used for processing ceramics. On-site mining in low gravity cut space exploration costs dramatically.
So the SIMs began their week-long program of exploration and discovery.
Get blasting, Legs. The tunable diode laser and infrared sounder are amazing. They can identify individual atoms in the lunar soil. I'm starting spot checks. Hello, Wheels.
Hover, any luck with the helium-3 scan?
I'm getting a weak signal. Can Legs stir up the surface a bit? Try testing a sample with Mineral Lab, Wheels. I register 10 parts per billion here, a bit higher than normal.
Checking the surface samples. No, it's better than that. Wait a minute. I'm reading 20 per billion. Well worth extracting. Legs, come here. We need more samples stirring up.
Here we go. I'm doing what the meteorites do naturally.
Yes, but you do it to order. Now I'm relocating to extend our exploration.
Red alert. Red alert. Radar detecting meteorite stream. Meteorite danger. Hover, keep wheels in your sights.
Meteorites are nearly impossible to detect. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Wait, I'm seeing a blip on the scanner.
Come in, legs, wheels, hover. I say again, come in. Lander, come in. I say again, come in, legs, wheels, hover.
Oof, that was close. A meteorite slammed down just over there. Wheels has been knocked over. Lander, are you damaged?
No, but Earthlink has disappeared out of radio contact around the other side of the moon, and we can't afford to wait for instructions. Hover, come in, please. I got hit by a shower of gravel, but not damaged.
Wheels, are you basically okay?
How would you like to be sprawled like this in lunar dust?
We're going to try to pull you back upright.
The only way to do this, Hover, is with your grapple. I'll blow away any little rocks that might jam the wheel mechanisms.
Here goes.
Okay, Legs. The grapple's fixed. But can you get some of the rubble out of the way?
Working on it. Another heave, Hover. Pull! Harder! And again while I get rid of some more rocks.
This cable's near breaking point. It's not going to last.
That's done it. Great work, Hover.
Thanks. And now Earthlink's back.
Emergency evacuation. We've caught a meteorite stream that was expected to miss the moon. More could strike any time.
Return immediately. Uh-oh, another hit. Earthlink is right.
And another. No time to hang about.
Let's get out of here as fast as we can.
There were no more large meteorite strikes to endanger the SIM's evacuation. Despite its sudden end, their mission had been outstandingly successful.
Well done, everyone. plenty of samples.
And have a located helium-3.
With great skill, Earthlink dodged clear of the meteorite stream, and the super-intelligent machines were soon on their way back to Earth, where their return was eagerly awaited by the human scientists.